Hey legends, it's Aqua and today we're going to do my top 10 favorite purchases for 2024. It was a real struggle to narrow it down to just 5, so I decided to split it between 5 Breyers / stones / customs to 5 resins for the year. It's totally random. So we're gonna start with Toshinori. Now, Toshinori is a custom that was painted by Sugar Sweet Studios. He's on the Fireheart mold, and I actually got this guy during BreyerFest last year. For those who don't know, BreyerFest 2024 was my first time in person. It was the most amazing experience I've ever had in my life. I don't think I will ever top it, to be honest. It was the best thing I've ever done. So this guy, I was actually in the Clarion waiting outside Elena's door just to get a custom of hers. There was another Fireheart in the room that I really wanted to get, but he was snagged like just before I got through the door. So I ended up getting this guy instead, and honestly, I am not complaining. He's absolutely gorgeous. He has such subtle details too, like Elena actually cracked his hooves and it just looks so realistic. It's insane. So I'm really happy that I managed to score this guy. Next on the list is actually a model I didn't think I was gonna get last year. It kind of just popped up out of nowhere on Instagram and I really wanted to get him. So this is Ida, or his original name is Catcher, and he's actually the portrait stone of Infinity Breyer's real horse Catcher. And I actually wanted to get this guy when he was first released, but I unfortunately missed out. So he's really pretty. He's on the Andalusian mold. He's a flea bitten grey, and I'm just obsessed with just how adorable he is. He's my first Andalusian stone, and I think I want more. He's really pretty, and I just love the pony mane and tail. I think they did a really good job picking that one out. So the next model is, of course, one that I think a lot of you would have guessed. It's a Dundee. I am obsessed with the Dundees, for those who don't know. It's my biggest conga, it's my favorite mold from Breyer, and I am slowly narrowing down all of the original finish models that I need for my conga, and this guy was definitely one of the ones that I really needed. He's the glossy variation of the Minimal Bay Sabino. I'm pretty sure that's right. And I decided to name him Asuma, and he's absolutely gorgeous. Like, his color, I don't know what it is. It might be the gloss, but I think his gloss makes him a lot more rich in terms of color, because putting him next to the matte, he is so much darker and has so much more color than the matte variation, which is insane. But I'm obsessed with him. I'm not a glossy person, so it's really weird for me to say that. But he's just so gorgeous and definitely one of my favorite purchases from last year. Okay, so the next purchase is kind of a set. It's 2 models, but it's a mare and a foal, so I guess I could put them together, but I got a custom mare and foal on the Gypsy Banners from Sugar Sweet Studios. I'm obsessed with these two. So this is Himawari and this is her mother, Shizune. She's really pretty. I love the mare. I love the detailing in her. And like, I think Elena just did a fabulous job at painting her in general. And then the foal, she is just so freaking cute. I took her to her first live show at the start of last year, and she actually got a champion, which was totally surprising. I'm hoping to really show her this year, so we'll see how well she does alongside her mother, of course. So those two are definitely some of my favorite purchases for 2024. And last but not least of the original finish / custom section is Now For Me. This guy is Breyer's Blue Zeus. He was part of BreyerFest. I think it was an online, it was an online exclusive for BreyerFest last year, and I had to have this guy. There was no way I was not gonna get this guy because I'm obsessed with the Fireheart mold. I have a conga going, so I really wanted to get him. Either way, I fell in love with his design. He's based off a real Mustang, and I'm just obsessed with the amount of detail that Breyer put into this guy. I don't know if anybody else got a chalky version, but I have a really chalky version. So I am really happy that I managed to get him. Okay, so now that we've done all of the Breyers / stones / customs, whatever you want to call it, we can move on to my resins, which honestly, I didn't think I was gonna get that many resins last year, but I kind of went a little bit overboard, which I'm sure we all do. So I do have a couple of blank resins in the lineup, but they were grails, so I really wanted to get them, and I'm really glad that I did. So the first one we're going to look at is Shilbert's. Now I don't know if you guys can really see him, but he is a gorgeous Clydesdale resin. I can't remember who he was sculpted by. I should know this because it's a well-known artist. But I got the Venti scale one. There is a traditional, I'm pretty sure, of this guy, and I don't think I could ever afford the traditional one, so I think the Venti scale definitely makes up for it. He's really pretty. I have no idea what I'm gonna have him painted as. I'm thinking something like a Clydesdale, but we'll see. I do try to pick colors that are appropriate to the breed of the models, so it'll probably be a Clydesdale, but yeah, he's really pretty. It is one of my favorites. The next model is also another blank resin, but it's a resin I have been wanting to get for a while now, and I honestly didn't expect I was gonna get her. But I got a Lola, and I am obsessed with her. She is so pretty. She's the long mantail variation, which is my favorite variation. I do like the braided one. I'm actually painting a braided Lola at the moment for a commission, and she's really pretty. So I think I might get a braided one at some point, but this girl is so pretty. I have no idea what I'm gonna have her painted as because it's gonna be so hard to pick a color for her because she looks good in everything. I don't know, maybe one day I'll figure out what color I want to paint her, but for now she's just gonna sit on my shelf and stay blank. So moving on to the painted resins, the next guy is actually a kind of an impulse buy. I wasn't expecting to get him, if I'm being totally honest. He came up for sale by one of my friends and I really couldn't resist the urge, and I ended up getting him. So this is Motoyasu. He's a sterling resin, but he was painted by Anjulie Enzelmo? I don't know what their studio name is, but they did a fabulous job painting him. I'm obsessed with his bloody shoulder, so I'm really happy that I ended up buying this guy because he is a great addition to my collection. Okay, so for the second last one, it was also kind of an impulse buy, but I also kind of already wanted to get her, if you know what I mean. I saw this model during BreyerFest at the Artisans Gallery, and I was so tempted, but I also was on a budget while I was at BreyerFest, so I couldn't exactly get her at the time. But when she came up for sale after BreyerFest, of course I just had to get her. So this is Hazel. I've renamed her as Harley. She was painted by Mitten Lake Studios. I literally just got her in the mail. If you haven't seen the unboxing video, I recommend going and checking it out. But Mitten Lake painted this beautiful little girl. I have kind of been getting into minis, if you haven't noticed, so I think you're gonna see a lot more of these little mini models from now on, but she is just so gorgeous. Like, her detailing is so nice, the paint job is so smooth and soft, and I just love everything about this model. So if you want to see this girl with a little bit more detail, I recommend going and checking out the unboxing video. So for the last model, it's actually a model that I would probably consider my favorite model for 2024 in terms of purchases. I'm obsessed with this model. I can't take my eyes off him. I've already taken so many photos of this guy, and I'm just, I can't stop obsessing over him. So this is Satori. Satori is a Venti scale D'Artagnan, and he was painted by Sugar Sweet Studios. And funny story, I did actually see this guy in the Clarion at BreyerFest, and I really wanted to get him. I was so sad because, as I said, I was on a budget, so I couldn't really plop the amount of money that he sold for in one go. So I was very, very happy and surprised to see him go up for sale in Elena's leftover sales. So I contacted Elena, asked if she'd be okay with time pays, and of course she said yes. She's literally amazing. And I ended up getting him. So I am so grateful that I managed to get him. I don't know if it was fate that I just ended up getting him after BreyerFest, but I just absolutely love him. He's absolutely stunning. I might have to give you guys some close-ups because he is just absolutely stunning in hand. Like, he has so many details, and like even just the amount of speckling that's on him as well is just insane. I am just so happy that I ended up getting him. He's just so freaking gorgeous, and I can't even describe how I feel that I actually have this model in my collection. It's so amazing. So yeah, that is all of my favorite purchases for 2024. 2024 was just a big year in general. I went to BreyerFest for the first time ever in person. That was the biggest highlight of the year. I moved into my first house, which also was quite a big personal highlight. It's like, I didn't think I was gonna buy my first house, and now I'm living in it. So it was, just thinking about it now, it's like, wow, I really did that. I'm really here. And I'm so glad that I took the leap to go to BreyerFest in person, because it was just the most amazing experience of my life. I don't think I'll ever top it, if I'm gonna be honest, because just being there, seeing all of my friends, hanging out with my besties, and just seeing all the horses, and just everything about BreyerFest was just beyond anything I could have ever imagined, and it was amazing. So thank you all so much for the support that you guys give me. I am so thankful that I got to meet so many of you at BreyerFest. I'm hoping I can go back again. Not sure when, but I will let you know if I can get back to BreyerFest, because there's no way I'm not going back. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Instagram at aqua.models, and I will see you in my next video. Stay legendary.